Hey guys, Patrick Johnston, GoDominicanLife, right here in Las Terrenas, managing broker, co-owner of the company. And we're down here on the beginning of Punta Poppy Beach, right here in Las Terrenas. And we were just talking to Alex at Zubar, doing an update video on his progress. As you may have seen in the video just before this, we did a fundraiser for him to help him after the fire get back up and running. So he's in the process of doing that right now. But while we're here, I wanted to introduce another new member of the team that I guess unofficially joined us about 3 or 4 months ago. But now, of course, we're coming out of the closet with Jimmy.
Hello, everybody.
So this is Jim. Jim's on our team. He started with us, as I said, 3 or 4 months ago. And he's floating between property management and the sales side, learning the business. He comes with sales background, which you'll explain in a minute, from the US. He's very tight here in the Dominican Republic. His girlfriend is Dominican, was married to a Dominican, you know what I mean? So he speaks Spanish more than I will ever speak. So he's a very valuable asset for our team. And is a bridge in property management with property management clients and of course assisting on the sales side with our broker team. So welcome to the team, Jim.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
glad to be here.
Yeah.
Lifelong dream to come here. Been thinking about it ever since my first time coming to the Dominican Republic in 2012. But ended up here with a great team working at GoDominicanLife. A little bit about my background from the sales side and from management side. Kind of goes with the real estate. I worked in home improvement. I was a store manager for Lowe's for 11 years in big markets in the United States, in New York, Chicago, and some small markets too, Portland, Maine, a little bit of everywhere. So got to travel the country and see a lot of different spots with them. And then I left them and went to a private held company called Floor and Decor, which is still up and coming. They were private when I went with them, went to Wall Street, took them public. When I was in New York, it was a flagship store because we had to do a lot of investor walks, and you have to be very tight-lipped on a lot of the things, and not because you have people asking what kind of profit you're making, what kind of gains.
Nobody wants to show the whole thing.
Yeah, so it was always a little stressful up there with that, but it was always fun. So got some good exposure, and now I'm down here loving life. Couldn't ask for anything more.
And a funny story on how Jim and I met is my son Riley, that you saw in the videos. He was here for 3 or 4 months, and Jimmy and my son met at Dos Gringos, I think, along the way, and a few other places. But he kept saying, "Hey, Dad, this Jimmy guy could be pretty cool for the team." And I'm like, we're not ready to do whatever we're doing. So literally, Jim arrived in the office one day and didn't leave for 3 months.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? And the interesting thing here in the Dominican Republic, when you walk around the town, you see everybody like me, t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops. You don't know the background of anybody, because people aren't driving giant Mercedes. They're not dressed up with 14-piece suits. You don't really know until you have a conversation with people. And now you just saying that again, like Lowe's, which is a giant, like a Home Depot, a competitor for Home Depot, taking a company from a management team privately to public, and then now joining what we're doing. And literally in the first 2 weeks officially on the team, we did a giant land deal together, right? That came from Jim by having a cold beer at the Colmado just over here.
Yeah.
With another guy, the seller, which again is in a t-shirts, jeans, and flip-flops, and drives a $200 motorcycle.
Yeah.
So you never know, because it's not your typical way of selecting a buyer, a seller, or somebody on the team, right?
Most definitely.
So for us and for you, it's about connections, length of time in the country, length of experience in the country, even if you're not here. And then the connections of your entire team, because we can't do it alone. Steve and I own the company, sure, but there's 45 people around us with all different backgrounds of language and country and experience that bring it all together. So we can bring a ton of experience as a group, as a team together. We're not an individual trying to sell real estate. We're a group of people that rely on each other to move forward. So Jimmy will be part of a lot of things going forward, both in the front and the back of the house, if you will.
Yeah.
And we look forward to working together for a long time. As Jimmy did and I did, you burn the boats, man.
That's right.
You burn the boats. So and Lucien burned the boats too. He's here. And that's part of the process, because if you have an option to return mentally, when you have one foot in the country and one outside the country, you're never really fully there. And it's a very important decision in the mindset of anyone buying here to retire or coming here to live and work. You got to make that connection. So here we go. So we got a lot of stuff to go on. I wanted to introduce Jimmy, give an update on the beach here in Punta Papi. All 16 or so businesses will be back open within, I would say, the next 30 days. And we didn't want to lose an icon like this. So the vendors worked tirelessly, protesting, because the government didn't want to bring them back, because building on the beach is not what is normal. But they were here for decades, as long as I've been here, 12 years, 11 years. They were always here. So people love this. Love the restaurant environment, the beach bar environment, where you put your feet in the sand, you see the boats that the fish come in on, and then you see it go in the kitchen to get cooked. So, lots of stuff. Okay, guys, on behalf of Jimmy and I, Lucien behind the camera, thanks everybody. Don't forget life is better at the beach. Subscribe, share with your friends this content. Let's get out and get stuff done positively. Okay? Adios.